Welcome to Market Fact Friday. Today we're talking about Bryan County. Bryan County sits inside one of the strongest employment corridors in coastal Georgia. Between the Hyundai Meta Plant in Ellabell, the expanding warehouse corridor right there off of Highway 80 and I-16, you got Fort Stewart right in between Richmond Hill and also Pembroke, and direct access to I-95. This county is positioned in the middle of real infrastructure-backed demand. And factor in the Belfast Keller interchange. That has improved the accessibility into Richmond Hill and also the new high school. That matters for commuters. It matters for new construction, and it absolutely matters for long-term home values. So let's break it down city by city, starting in Richmond Hill. In January 2026, Richmond Hill had a median sold price of $430,515. Homes sold at about 97.7% of lists. Median days on market was 64, and inventory sits at 5.94 months. That puts Richmond Hill in a balanced market. New construction continues to be a major driver here. Builders are active, inventory is steady, and buyer activity remains consistent. And you add in the new Richmond Hill High School, which honestly feels more like a college campus than a traditional high school, and you can see why this area continues to attract long-term homeowners. Now, if Richmond Hill represents growth and expansion, Pembroke represents value that's tightening. In January 2026, Pembroke posted a median sold price of $337,300. Homes sold at 98.9% of list price. Median days on market was 158, and inventory is sitting at just 3.35 months. That's a tighter environment. At 3.35 months of inventory, Pembroke is leaning more competitive, especially for well-priced homes. Buyers looking for affordability compared to Richmond Hill often shift here, and inventory reflects that. Now let's talk about Ellabell. Ellabell is no longer just a quiet residential pocket. It's an employment corridor. For January 2026, Ellabell's median estimated property value is $334,480, and inventory sits at 4.89 months. Now, the median active list price is $344,450. Sold to list ratio and median days on market were not published in RPR in the January report for Ellabell, but here's what matters. Inventory is under 5 months. Hyundai Meta Plant is located here. Warehouse and logistics are continuing to expand off of Highway 80 and I-16, which directly feeds into Savannah and the ports. This area is strategically positioned for job growth, and when infrastructure supports employment, housing demand tends to follow. Now let's zoom out and take a look at Bryan County as a whole. Countywide, in January 2026, the median sold price was $414,565. Homes sold at 97.9% of list price. The median days on market was at 88, and inventory sits at 5.71 months. That's a balanced market overall. Inventory has normalized compared to peak frenzy years, but pricing remains steady. And when you layer in Hyundai, logistics expansion, military presence, aviation, port access, and improved highway infrastructure, you're not looking at speculative growth. You're looking at an infrastructure-supported demand. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Bryan County, strategy changes depending on the city. The price point, whether you're looking at new construction or resale, and how inventory is positioned in that segment. If you'd like a breakdown specific to your neighborhood or price range, reach out directly and I'll walk you through it. I'm Dave Rotundo. God bless, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.